Hi, I'm Marsha Sims, professional organizer, and welcome to another Marsha Minute. The question that I'd like to answer today is, where do I put something if the place where it belongs is already full? I mean, the question is logical, right? Like you have something that belongs somewhere and you know where you want to put it, but you can't put it there because that place is also filled up, and you can't move that stuff because where will it go? Well, if it's going to go in the place where it belongs, then where is that place? And it can become a logistical, dimensional, I don't know, like series of decisions that need to be made in order to put one thing away. So the quick answer is I'll just put it over here for now. The problem with that is there is no such thing as for now. For now means you aren't going to be putting it in the right place. So it's an always future problem. See, the thing to do is to make a decision about where things like this item belong. So let me give you an example. I was talking today about someone who discovered Christmas decorations and holiday decorations that were in, of course, the wrong place. They were in a pile somewhere, and we were trying to clear that area. And I said, if everything were perfect and everything was exactly where you wanted it, where would the Christmas decorations live? And she said, well, they could live in a closet, but the problem is the closet is full. So I'll sit them on top of the refrigerator for now. And I said what I always say, there is no such thing as for now. Let's put them in the closet. She said, but Marsha, you don't understand. The closet is full. I said, that's fine. Just because the closet is full, or just because the place where something belongs is full, does not mean that it doesn't belong there. It just means that something else is in its home. And you have to look at it like that because you have to create a home for things. I know this sounds so obvious, but you'd be surprised how many people don't have homes for things. So the answer was to clear office space in the closet, meaning pull things out of the closet, put them somewhere else, almost anywhere else for now, and put the things in the closet where they belong. Because the goal is always to decide where things go and put them where they belong. You know the adage, a home for everything and everything in its place? Well, yeah, that's what you want to do. You want to create a home for thing types. Here's what I mean. Where do all your books belong? Yeah, they belong in the place for books. Possibly a bookshelf, generally a bookshelf. Possibly if it's something you're currently reading, near the bed or wherever you're actually reading it. So you want to decide where things belong, and then that becomes their home. Let's take some more examples. Pots and pans, they belong in the kitchen and or on a shelf designated for them. Shoes belong generally in a closet. Office supplies belong generally near where you're going to do your office work. So the point is, make a decision about where thing types belong and then get them in their place. Now, Sandra Felton and I wrote a book called 5 Days to a Clutter-Free House. And in the book, we describe a method of doing that. And here's the method. What you want to do is you want to make sure that you put things in the correct room or area first. Granted, when you first do that, it's like moving things around in your home, and things are not going to, you can't make everything neat while you're doing it. So let's say you find something that belongs in the pantry. Well, it goes in the pantry. You may have to move something that doesn't belong in the pantry, what I call remove the wrong things, take it out of the pantry and put it where it belongs. Well, let's say it belongs in the linen closet, but there's no room. So we have to move things out of the linen closet so the things from the pantry can go in the linen closet. Let's say these are things that belong in the garage, but there's no room, but that's where they belong. So we take the things and we put them in the room or area where they belong. Once everything is in the right room or area, at that point, we can start to organize the room or area. We really can't realistically do it before then. For one thing, we don't know how much stuff goes in there. For another thing, you can't make decisions to throw something away until you know that you have something to replace it with. For example, I had a client once who owned 11 staplers. And I love to tell that story because it's obvious that no one needs 11 staplers. She didn't know she had 11 staplers until we started gathering everything, putting it into the right room. In this case, it was her office, her home office. Once we got everything in the home office, she discovered she had 11 staplers. Well, I don't care how much stapling you do, you don't need 11 staplers. I mean, unless you have a team coming in to staple, but most people don't have that. So then we had to have weed out criteria. How do you decide which one to get rid of? Well, we started with the ones that were not working. And then we went to the ones that were just ugly, like the paint was peeling. Then we went to the ones that were hard to work, like they hurt, when you try to press down on them, they're too hard to work, until we got her down to about 3. 3 is reasonable. Maybe you don't need 3, but 3 is better than 11. So she ended up with about 3 staplers, which, was reasonable. But she would have never known that had she not gathered by bringing everything together. And then once you know what is in the room or area, then we can organize it. We can make space for things. Maybe you need shelves. Maybe you need containers or baskets. We can't know that before we start. Thank you. This has been another Marsha Minute. If you have a question for me, I would love that. Please feel free to, there's a form below that you can click to get to it. And please fill out the form. Ask me anything. I would absolutely love to answer it in a Marsha Minute. Thanks. Have a great day.